Hey guys, so this video is really random and probably pointless, but with the recent controversy around Jungkook's red eye tattoo in their show In the Soup, and since his birthday is tomorrow, as of me filming this, I thought I would share my opinion on Jungkook's tattoos, even though nobody asked. Let me start by saying that Jungkook is my ultimate bias. I have been into K-pop for over a decade, and I've never loved anyone quite as much as I love Jungkook. I have a bunch of Jungkook shirts. I have the cookie headband. He's been my wallpaper slash background for everything for the past few years. I jokingly call him my husband. My grandma even calls him my husband because she doesn't know his name, so she's like, is that your husband? Is that your husband singing? I know that is cringy AF, but I'm just letting you know how much I love Jungkook. So when I first saw the tattoos on his hand, I thought they were kind of ugly and just sloppy. I thought they kind of looked like prison tattoos, and I was kind of disappointed, to be honest. I actually hoped they were temporary or fake or something, but obviously I wasn't gonna go and leave negative comments about it anywhere. One, because it's his body. Two, because I didn't want to argue with anyone about it or get any hate just because I didn't like his tattoos. 3, I didn't want to make him feel bad. And 4, it was already done, so there was nothing he could do about it anyway at this point. Then when I found out about all the tattoos on his arm, I was like, oh no, my baby, stop getting tattoos. I wasn't very happy about it, but once again, it's his body. He can do whatever the heck he wants with it. So you're allowed to have an opinion on things. I'm not here to tell you that you're wrong or you're a bad person or you're not a real ARMY if you don't like Jungkook's tattoos, because I didn't like them at first either. The problem is you don't have to share your opinion on everything. I know, like, I'm literally sharing my opinion on something right now, but I'm just saying you don't have to go leave mean comments about stuff just because you don't like it. These days, people just think it's okay to say anything to anyone if they don't like something about them. Whatever happened to, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Now, obviously, there are some things that do need to be talked about, even if it's not so nice, but things like people's appearance and tattoos and stuff like that, you don't always have to share your opinion about it. And also, you don't have to share it in such a mean way like so many people do. They just feel like it's the internet, they're anonymous, they almost think that the people they're talking to or about aren't real people and that they'll never see it or that it won't affect them. And I'm just sick of everybody feeling like their opinion matters on things. Even me making this video, I'm no one and my opinion doesn't really matter, especially not to Jungkook because he doesn't even know me. I just have been seeing so many people commenting about his tattoos, so I wanted to talk about it. And another problem is if you no longer stan or support or like someone because of something like tattoos. Like, what? Did you ever even stan them in the first place if they get some tattoos and then you're like, I don't like him anymore? I don't really think so. Now, I do want to look at this from a few different angles, and someone made an analogy that I think really fits this situation. So let's just say that your bias decides to just shave a thick strip down the middle of their hair, and it wasn't a stylist that made them do that. They decided to do that of their own free will, and they think it looks good. A lot of people probably would not find that attractive, and they would miss their old hairstyle, and they would be like, man, he looks so much better, or she, before they shaved a line down the middle of their head. So it's okay to not like something because you're not going to look at everything and think it looks good, such as like hairstyles and stuff. It doesn't make you a bad person for saying, I liked their hair better like that, or I don't really like this outfit on them. So I just want to frame it that way for the people who instantly call any ARMYs who don't like Jungkook's tattoos a bad person or not a real fan. It's like, I'm sure you've seen your idols before with certain outfits or hairstyles and stuff that you don't like, and that doesn't make you a bad person for not liking it. It's just not appealing to you personally, and people can feel that way about tattoos as well. But it's a little bit more serious when it's tattoos because hair grows back, outfits can be changed, but tattoos are permanent. there's pretty much no going back to the way it was before. Even with things like laser removal, a lot of people just aren't going to go to the trouble because it's painful, expensive, takes a lot of treatments, and the end result is not going to be perfect. You're not going to be left with the skin that you had before. So I think that's why people got even more upset about his tattoos than you would about like a hairstyle that you don't think looks good for that comeback, because he can never go back to the way he was before. But if that's what the person wanted to do, then we should support them, and we shouldn't leave malicious comments about something that they can't change. Basically, you can just think to yourself or talk to your circle of friends and be like, yeah, I'm not really a fan of his tattoos, but you don't need to be going everywhere online talking about how ugly they are and that he ruined himself and things like that, and that Big Hit should do something about him, because I don't think Big Hit should do something about him. He's an adult. He should be able to do what he wants to do. Even if he makes a mistake, he should be allowed to make mistakes. And I'm not saying that his tattoos are a mistake. I'm just saying he's a human being. He's not just an idol. He should be able to make mistakes or do whatever he wants, just like any other person. We don't own him. We don't own any idols. They're not our property, even though some people see them that way. So anyway, now let's look at it a different way. So what if you got to meet your idol, or even just your crush, or someone that you look up to or something? Basically someone whose opinion you would care about and value. Now let's say they don't like something about you, like your hair. Like maybe you have blue hair and they think it looks bad. Or for example, me, a lot of people say that I would be so much prettier if I would take out my nose ring, or wear my hair a different way, or wear less makeup. They say that my tongue ring makes me look trashy. Now, I like the way that I look, and this didn't happen overnight. I've spent years trying to find my style and look the way that I want to, crafting my image, if you will, which just means finding out what I like and what I think looks good on me. So should I change just because other people don't like something about me? No, obviously not. That's what they always tell you. You shouldn't change just because of others' opinions. If you like yourself, if you like how you look, that's all that matters. It's the same for idols. It's the same for Jungkook and his tattoos. If he likes them, that's all that matters. And he's obviously wanted tattoos for a long time, because even back in American Hustle life, when he was like 15 or something, there's a clip of him talking about how he wants a tattoo when he gets older. So I'm proud of him for doing something he wanted to do, even though he had basically the whole world watching him, and he knew that some people would not agree with it. So props to him for just doing whatever he wants. I think that's actually really healthy. I think what's unhealthy is people who attack him for it. I mean, I wouldn't feel good if Jungkook came to me and he was like, I hate your nose ring, it looks ugly, you would be so much prettier without that, or you should wear less makeup or something. That would hurt my feelings, because he's someone I like, someone I care about, someone whose opinion would matter to me. And I think Jungkook feels the same way about ARMY. He obviously loves ARMY, and I think he does care about our opinion. So it probably hurts his feelings when people say his tattoos are ugly or he ruined himself, things like that. And again, it's not like he can take it back now. And he shouldn't. If he likes them and they mean something to him, and most tattoos do have a meaning behind them, even if we don't know the meaning, he doesn't have to tell us the meaning behind his tattoos. But as long as they have a meaning to him and he likes them, then he shouldn't care what other people think. And also, over time, things like that just become a part of someone, almost to the point that you don't even see them anymore. I don't know if you've noticed this with people that you've met before, or people in your life, or even other people you watch on YouTube or stuff like that. Like when I look in the mirror, I don't even notice my nose ring anymore, honestly. It's like it's invisible to me because I'm so used to seeing it. And another example, there's this YouTuber I watch named Linzor who has cheek piercings. And when I first found her channel, I was like, wow, she'd be so much prettier without those. And they were very noticeable to me. I never commented that, by the way, because I feel like there's no need to comment things like that. But now they are just a part of her. I don't even really see them anymore. I just see Linzor. And actually, they make her unique. I've actually come to like Jungkook's tattoos. They're kind of sexy to me now. Also, the man has ARMY tattooed on his body, as well as the ARMY logo and a purple heart. Think about that for a second. He loves us so much that he got our name tattooed on his body. And in such a visible place too. And not even just visible for others, but visible for himself. Like, he could have gotten ARMY tattooed on his chest. Actually, that would have been really cute if he got ARMY tattooed over his heart. I mean, who knows what he's got going on under his shirt. But anyway, he could have gotten it tattooed somewhere like that where he could easily hide it, and then he wouldn't see it very much either. But he wanted it somewhere where every time he looks down, he sees ARMY. So imagine how much it hurt him for people to react so negatively to his tattoos. And I was part of that too, so I'm not condemning anyone. And now I feel kind of bad about it because I'm like, this man has ARMY tattooed on his hand for us. And if you're an ARMY, you can basically just look at it as your name on his hand. So think about that. He has your name on his hand, and then you go and say, that's ugly, I don't like it. I just imagine that that didn't feel great for him. In the end, I love Jungkook, so he can get as many tattoos as he wants, and that's not going to make me not like him anymore. I just hope that he thinks about each one before he gets it, and that they have a special meaning to him, and that he's not going to regret it someday. So as long as he doesn't regret it, why should I care? One more thing before I end this really rambly, pointless video. We do need to take into consideration that tattoos are viewed differently in Korea. Korea is kind of a conservative country, so it's not the same as like here in America where I'm from, where a lot of people have tattoos and it's not really a big deal and nobody cares. And also, I feel like some people still view tattoos as like the mark of a delinquent or something, or a bad boy, which not even necessarily just in Korea. There are still people in America who think that way. You can still not get a job because of tattoos here in America. And I just want to say, you could be the most wholesome, good person and be covered in tattoos. Say it with me. Your outside appearance does not dictate who you are on the inside. One more time for the people in the back, or for the people who did not hear me the first time. Your outside appearance does not dictate who you are on the inside. So yeah, that's what I think about it. Thanks for coming to this TED Talk that nobody asked for. If you made it all the way to the end, then congratulations.